Hey, what is going on, everybody? I'm Pastor Adam, and I'm so glad you decided to tune in, check out, and see what we've got going on this New Testament Tuesday. Again, we're going to continue on in our new series all about evangelism. What kind of tools do you need? What are the strategies? Why should you do it? How have others done it? To go out and reach your community, to reach your friends that don't know Christ, to reach your neighbors who don't know Christ, to reach whomever that doesn't know Christ, or maybe they do know Christ. And because of some circumstances, maybe the church hurt them, maybe they just stepped away from the faith, whatever it is, that you can be prepared and equipped to have the conversations with them or to show them who Christ is. Because we all represent Christ, and what we say and what we do. We represent Christ to anybody who's watching, or anybody we don't think is watching, and they are watching. We are representatives of Christ. In Matthew 28, we are told to go out and make disciples. So, first question right off the bat is, are you going out and making disciples? Well, you say, wow, I don't know how to do that. Well, check this out, because there's a lot of people who didn't know how to do it, and yet God made a way. Check it out, Acts chapter 2, starting in verse 14. Then Peter stood up with the 11, raised his voice, and addressed the crowd. Fellow Jews, and all of you who live in Jerusalem, let me explain this to you. Listen carefully to what I have to say. These people are not drunk, as you suppose. It's only 9 in the morning. No, this is what was spoken by the prophet Joel. In the last days, God says, I will pour out my spirit on all people. Your sons and daughters will prophesy, your young men will see visions, your old men will dream dreams, even on my servants, both men and women. I will pour out my spirit in those days, and they will prophesy. I will show wonders in heavens above and signs on earth below, blood and fire, billows of smoke. The sun will be turned to darkness and the moon to blood before the coming of the great and glorious day of the Lord. And everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. And then Peter goes on to just have the biggest, best sermon that anybody has ever heard. And why was he able to do this? Why were people thinking that they were drunk? Why were they so amazed that they were speaking the language? And why is Peter talking all about why God is going to pour out his spirit? Who is God going to pour his spirit out? Well, ladies and gentlemen, before this, they sat and they prayed and they fasted until tongues of fire appeared over their heads, and it was the outpouring of the Holy Spirit. People were baptized in the name of the Holy Spirit. They began to speak in other tongues, speak in different languages that all these other people could hear. And they're like, whoa, I understand this person, but they're not from where I am. And Peter gives them this little sermon here right off the bat, saying, hey, we are in the last days. The Messiah has come. He's gone and died. He's rose again, and he's waiting to come back. Jesus will come back, and when he comes back, there's no more time to wrangle up anybody you can. We need to go out and teach these people about Jesus, share about the love of the Lord, to go and demonstrate who Jesus Christ is. How do we do that? First step first is you have to be empowered by the Spirit. You have to be seeking the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is the one that empowers us. It's the one that guides us. It gives us our conscience. It tells us right and wrong. When we follow the Spirit, it will become natural for us. You follow the Spirit, and all of a sudden, hey, I didn't know you weren't a Christian and you were looking for the gospel. Here it is. You'll find yourself in more and more of those situations. If you want to be a good disciple of Christ and go out and baptize people in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and turn those people into disciples, you must first become a disciple of the Holy Spirit. So my question for you today is, are you a disciple of the Holy Spirit? Do you listen to the Holy Spirit? Do you discern what other people are saying and be like, yep, Holy Spirit, this is right? If the Holy Spirit's telling you to do something, are you doing it? Do you trust the Holy Spirit to lead you in the way of righteousness? These people in Acts chapter 2, they believed the Spirit. The disciples believed the Spirit. They believed that Jesus Christ would send the Spirit. They believed, they waited, boom, tongues of fire. Peter has a knockout sermon, 3,000 plus people saved. So once you become a disciple of the Holy Spirit, then you begin to see some incredible gains for the kingdom. I'm Pastor Adam. This has been New Testament Tuesday. Are you full of the Spirit? Because if not, become a disciple of Him. Have a great rest of your day.